Hey everybody, as you probably noticed, I'm still wearing the same clothes as I have been in the other videos. So that means I'm filming several in one sitting and just trying to get, get kind of a head start so I can just kind of keep filming as I feel like I can. But anyway, if you're watching this today, this means it is July 29th. And this 13 years ago, today, I met the love of my life, my husband. And I just thought it was really kind of unusual how we met. And the summer before I met him, I actually spent about a month in West Virginia. And I had been completely crushed because I was head over heels for somebody else. And I was really just kind of healing and getting over that at that time, and just trying to get myself back together, collected and back together so I could get on with my life. And at the time I was 22, and was I 22 or was I 21? Let me think. 2000, I would have been 22. I had to think about that. But so basically, when I was in West Virginia, one of my aunts that I'm really close to gave me some of the best advice anybody could have ever given me. And that advice was to not go looking for somebody. And I am a Christian, so this really applied to me. But not go looking for somebody, and that God would bring me the right person when I least expected it. And I decided, I was actually going to listen to her advice because it had made so much sense to me. And it was like, I always thought I would know when I met the right person, and I thought I had met the right person a couple times, and I hadn't. And if it's the right person, it's going to work out. You don't have to force it to work out. I will tell you that right now. But I knew that the right person would have the same moral values that I had, and we would just have a lot of things in common. We would just really be compatible. And so I really listened to my aunt's advice and had decided I wasn't going to date until God brought the person to me when I least expected it. Well, about a week after she gave me that advice, I met Ben. And the reason I met Ben was because my parents' housekeeper at the time was best friends with his mom at the time. And she just thought we should be together. And I didn't want to meet him. I had no interest in him. He was a little bit younger than me, and I always had dated older guys. And I had never dated anybody younger than me. And I was like, I really don't want to meet him. I just didn't want to have anything to do with it. And before I met him face to face, finally I was like, whatever, give him my email address, tell him how to, and this is when we had America Online, if you remember that, with the dial-up. And I just was like, I was like, give him my instant messenger name. So basically we emailed and then instant messaged and talked on the phone some. And then we decided, after we had done that, we decided to go ahead and meet face to face. And it was on Saturday, July 29th in 2000. And he came to my house, to my parents' house, and I let my mom check him out first. And I remember I was in the kitchen or something, and my mom came in and she's like, he's cute, So I let my mom check him out first, and I think my dad checked him out, I'm not sure. But it was something that, I wanted to you know, I wanted my parents in on this decision or whatever, you know, whoever I dated, or, you know, I wanted them to meet him first too, and kind of, you know, feel him out, make sure he's not a creep or anything like that. But I met him and we went out for a date, and on this day it was, and I'll have to get the picture in a little bit and show you. On this day, my brother, my dad, and my dad's dad, my grandfather, they went over to the local airport, and they took my grandfather up in a plane because in World War II he had been a bombardier, and he loved planes and stuff, and you know, it was something that was really fun. It was for his birthday, and that would have been his 80th birthday, and that was his 80th birthday present. So while they were up in the air, I was on my date with Ben for the first time. And Ben and I, the first thing we did was we live around where the University of Georgia is in the Athens area, and Ben and I went to the botanical gardens, and we walked around on on a bunch of the hiking trails outside and just really enjoyed the outdoors. We went inside to like the atrium where they have a lot of beautiful plants, and it's an indoor garden that you can walk through, and it's like where my prom was, and it's just, you know, and botanical gardens is somewhere we've both been going our entire lives. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful place to go. And so we spent part of the day there, and actually probably spent most of the time there walking on all the different hiking trails and stuff, and just having a really good time. And then we went out to lunch, and we went to a local place called The Grill. And if you've been to Athens, you may have heard of The Grill. It's been around for a very, very, very long time. They have like the best hamburgers and the best French fries, and their feta dressing is to die for their French fries. I mean, it's a fun place, and it's like a step back in time to an old soda fountain kind of thing. But I mean, it's not a soda fountain or anything. They do have all homemade milkshakes and all that kind of stuff, but it's a lot of fun. So we went and we had a nice relaxing lunch at The Grill, and then we went to a store called Junkman's Daughter's Brother, which was in downtown Athens, and at the end of the road. The original Junkman's Daughter is in Atlanta, but we went to Junkman's Daughter's Brother. And this is a place I had always enjoyed going to when I was growing up. It was always a fun store. It used to be like really little in a little spot, but now it's like 2 stories. It's huge. And they have so much stuff in there. But it's a fun store just to go in and just walk around in. And like my mom used to buy me some clothes there and stuff when I was younger. And, you know, and it just, you know, they had a lot of really cute clothes that I could wear and stuff especially when I was a teenager. But we went and we hung out there, and I don't think he'd ever been there before. It was somewhere I wanted to take him because it was a store that I loved. And I remember we walked all around there. And then after that, I think we drove around some because gas was cheap then and you could do that. And after that, he brought me back to my parents' house. And then my parents actually invited him to stay for the birthday dinner that we were having for my grandpa that night. But he didn't feel comfortable. He thought my parents were just kind of being, oh, well, you're here, why don't you stay? And he didn't feel like he was really invited, even though he was. But that night, I remember I was talking to a friend of mine up in Rome, Georgia, and I told him, I said, I think I just met my husband today. And it was just something I knew. And it was something I just felt. It just felt right. And it was something that I have never experienced before. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful feeling that I was able to say that. And we were talking, we both felt it right off. I'm not sure if he felt it as right off as I did. He won't ever admit if he did or not. But we both knew right off, pretty much. I mean, we were talking, he was bringing up marriage within 2 weeks of us meeting. And we were engaged by the end of the year. So, anyway, that's how I met my husband. And this year in September, and I'll probably do another little vlog on that, we will have been married for 11 years. Let me get that picture real quick. It's right over here. Okay. And this picture, when my grandfather passed away, this is a picture that was my grandfather had at his house. And my dad asked Ben, is there anything you would like, from my grandfather's house? And Ben said, yes, there is one thing I would really like. And Ben said, I would really like this picture. And it's a picture with my brother, my dad, and my grandfather. And my dad's, why do you want that picture? And Ben's like, because that's the day I met you all. And that's the day I met Jennifer. And so I don't know how well you can see this, but that's the picture. And that's the little plane. And we keep this picture on our mantle. It's very, very special because that's the day we met. And it's all the men in my family, so it's a very special picture, so being all the men in my family and the day we met, it's a very sentimental picture. But anyway, that's how my husband and I met. And I'll say, if you want to tell me how you met your special someone, your boyfriend, your fiance, your husband, whoever, I'd love to hear your story, because I love hearing good stories like that. I think it's good to hear those. And my advice from now on to people will be the same advice my aunt gave me. Don't go out looking for somebody. God will bring the right person to you when you least expect it. I will talk to you all soon. I hope you subscribe and take care. Bye.